thoughts on it. It's about as ugly as any other Spitfire. That's my thoughts on it. Hello, APOC. APOC, Saturday is going to be a giveaway, APOC, of a pillow. A Spitfire pillow. A Just Say No to Spitfire pillow. You need 15,000 feathers. And it's being made by Drammy. So not only will you get a piece of the duck pond, you'll get something from Drammy also. Yeah, to answer the question about the Lysander, yes, the Lysander pretty much took part in everything in World War II. It was a very versatile aircraft, I do have to admit. Alright, now we gotta let this dry. Welcome back, Mr. Coffee. One body. What are you working on, Sniper? Yeah, something like they did a bunch of covert stuff with them. Alright, let's put that to the side so it can dry somewhere. Yeah, like I said, it was pretty much used everywhere in Europe. Like anything that had to do, yeah, they got used. It was an extremely versatile aircraft. I still like the Westland Wendover that they made. I know y'all, have y'all ever seen that? The aircraft they made out of the Lysander? One of these days, I'm going to make one of these. One of these days, I'm gonna make one of these. It's made from a Lysander. And one of these days, I'm actually gonna make one of these. Here you go. Talk about some ugly British shit. Talk about some ugly British shit, right? One of these days, I want to make one of those in like maybe 30-second scale or something. It's called the Westland Wendover. I'm just going to leave that up there for a minute so y'all can take in how wonderfully ugly this thing is. Okay? I'm just going to leave it sitting right there. Hey, Invalidus. Yeah, I'm gonna make one of those. They make a conversion for it in 70-second. But, you know, I have to take everything to the extreme. I'm going to, one of these days, I'm going to make one of those in 30-second. I have to get a turret is what I need to do. I have to get that turret. I believe it's the turret off of a Halifax. I used to know. I have to remember and look up the turret that it used and try and scratch build the turret. That's the hardest part of that conversion is the damn turret. It would just have to be scratch built. There's no other way around it. Alright, what do we want to work in? Tomorrow you get... Oh, it comes in tomorrow? Your stuff comes in tomorrow? Okay, let's get the tracks. I guess we're going to paint the tracks on this. Let's change the photo. I can vacuum form some clear... I have a vacuum form machine. So I can vacuum form some clear parts. Hey, Shu, it's not a problem. I can cast parts, I can pressure cast, I can vacuum form. Yes, it is, Shu. Let me find the turret for it. It's getting to be. I'd say this is about 80% done, but yes, it is in NATO. This is in the NATO camouflage. It's getting close to being done. Like I said, it's about 80% right now. We're gonna work on it a little bit right now. We got the tracks the rest of the way together today. So let's get them painted. You did that camo on a Humvee? Nice. Yeah, the master part, you just have to scratch build it, that's all. That's all. The only thing you can do is scratch build it. Can you 3D print in clear? Yeah, 3D print? No. Let's not. Luckily, I actually have the skill and the craftsmanship to do it the real way, not the cheating ass computer way. I don't have to turn to a computer to make up for my lack of talent. Yeah, smelt some. There you go. Smelt some real glass for the canopy. There you go. There's an idea. Let me drill for my own oil and make my own plastic too while I'm at it. You make. What do you mean? How long have I made models? I've been building models for maybe 46 years, 45, 46 years now. And I've been doing it for a living since 1995 is when I got into the business. So a long ass time. I've literally been building models as long as I can remember. Since I was 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, I've been doing this a long time. You'll see me like that with a lot of stuff. I just kind of do it and go. And yeah, you get a lot of people that are like, "Huh?" But yeah, I've been building models as long as I can remember. So, since the early to mid 70s, I've been building models. Paint whisperer. And I say it on here a lot. There's really not as much to doing some of this that a lot of websites and magazines and videos will have you believe. There's really not it's really not as complicated, or it doesn't have to be as complicated as a lot of these people and places make it out to be. It really, as a hobby, it's really not. It really doesn't have to be. Pretty much, Jamie, you're right. I just did put the paint in before the thinner, Viry. Yes, sir, I did. Yeah, you'll find, and I know the people in chat will gladly agree with me, you'll find a lot of my views and techniques and stuff on modeling doesn't correspond with, let's just say, what's mainstreamly accepted on the internet. But that's probably one of the reasons I've been able to be successful, besides being in the right place at the right time, was because I don't follow the mainstream. See, watch. We're going to put the paint, we're going to trigger Viry again. We're going to put some paint in. And then we're going to do this. Look at that, Viry. That just trick. Yeah, this black, I know I've used it before. It kind of has to be thinned for what I'm doing. I didn't thin it earlier. If you notice, I didn't thin the black earlier. When I put it on the Lysander, I did not thin it. But right now, I'm kind of trying to stretch the coverage. Because tracks take a lot of paint, I'm trying to use a little bit less paint. That's the real reason why I thinned it a little bit. I'm trying to use a little bit less paint. But yeah, I do a lot of things that aren't the normal for the internet modeling. Like actually know what I'm doing. And look, like I said yesterday, you're not supposed to do this either. Look, I just poured thinned paint right back in the bottle, where the internet will tell you never to do that. I think from what I understand, it was an idea to get better roll performance. To get better roll performance at lower altitudes, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong on that. But I think it's more of like a mid-war thing. It's not really late war. I think they started clipping Spitfire wings, maybe 43, somewhere around there, so kind of mid-war. Actually, that is not correct. The correct number for Panzer Gray would have an RAL number, not an RL. would have an RAL number. And it might have been, what, 7029? RAL, hell, RAL something. Your bluff has been called up? Well, you said RLM, and the L, yeah, that's what was wrong in it. It would be an RAL color for Panzer Gray. Nice try, though. Good initiative there, Mr. Duber. Good initiative, sir. Again, if anybody's looking for any 48 scale aircraft, I'm selling off a bunch of 48 aircraft. Somebody was asking about Tamiya 109s and 190s yesterday. And the answer is I don't have any more. They're all gone. I thought I did. Evidently, my memory is failing. And they're all gone. Yes, I have an Arrow, but you're about the 4th in line. You're like the 3rd or 4th in line for that, Cav. I'll sell it to you for 200. How's that? 200 US dollars for the Arrow. I don't even know what it's going for now, but I know the cost of it's up there. Yeah, for y'all in Europe, the shipping would kill you. You're right. But yeah, for the 48th CF 105, yeah, you're way down the line, Kev. That's one thing I'm not selling right now. Just because it's worth, it's actually worth money, so I'm not selling it. This is just, I airbrush so much, I actually get bruises. If you look at the tip of my finger from airbrushing so much, you see that? I actually end up with a bruise on my thumb. This is just a soft quilter's thimble that I put on my finger to kind of act as a cushion. I have all kinds of Pacific War aircraft. What are you looking for? Seeing as you just bought 2 from me. Do 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 do. it's hard to take pictures in there because the 48th is mixed in with the 72nd and stuff like that by subject, so it's really no way to do it, Doomer. Because I don't have it separated by scale out there. I have it separated by subject. More carrier-based aircraft. So you have an SBD and an F4. So what do you need? An F6F? You need an F6F? You need an F4F? You have an SBD. I probably could come up with those. The only I do have a Seafire. The Seafire is a special hobby kit, but it's kind of worth a lot of money. I'm gonna keep the Seafire. I'm keeping that kit because I might be able to make some money off of it. So you guys, I'm not trying to make money off of. I'm just trying to help you out and get rid of some stuff. Porkbelly can tell you the last two he bought off of me were for very, very reasonable prices. Yeah, the shipping costs would be, like I said, the shipping costs to Europe are insane right now. The only Devastator that's worth getting is the Great Wall kit, and that is probably going for about $50 or $60 right now. The old Monogram Devastator is garbage. The Great Wall Devastator is the one you want. Actually, no, it's going cheaper than I thought it was. Yeah, the prices in the U.S., yeah, like that's what I thought. The prices in the U.S. are expensive as hell. The prices from overseas in Japan are cheap. Yeah, the prices in the U.S. are $70, $80. So I'd probably go about 50. That. No, I'm talking about for the SBD, the TBD. That'd be interesting. How are you gonna do that with the size difference, Doomer? Like, what size are you what scale are you gonna use for all that? That'd be something different. But you sure? I mean, you sure that's the right aircraft for that though? A6s wouldn't really be circling the carrier they would be more top cover for like some torpedo or dive bombers. I don't really know that A6s would be circling a U.S. carrier without being intercepted by the cap. You know what I mean? You got to think of the feasibility of what you're trying to do, the practicality. I guess I should say. Yeah, for its perspective, I just don't know about using A6s for it. Other than a few lone kamikaze strikes towards the end of the war, I can't think of any time when A6s actually attacked a carrier, a U.S. carrier. I know, here I go, ruining everybody's fun with realism again. Damn it, Duck, stop. Will you stop it? Well, welcome back again, Drammy. Yeah, no worries, Pork Belly. You're talking about the Franklin? You might be talking about the Franklin. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of U.S. ships that got hit with kamikazes. As far as carrier goes, I think the Franklin was the most heavily damaged by them. I could be wrong though, but it might be the Franklin. Yes, but the end connectors, I'm gonna have to go back and paint this rubber. But the center guide teeth and the end connectors are not rubber. So yeah, I have to do this, and then I'm gonna have to go back through and paint the pads. Yes, give me time. so impatient, guys. Jeez, let me finish. Give you all the time. Yeah, jeez, man. Cut Duck some slack. Holy crap. Who do you think I am doing this fast, Doomer? I mean, I build fast, but good God. Don't worry, Doomer. We're just giving you hell. It's alright. You come in here, it's automatic. Nothing personal, bro. You just keep being you. It makes up for all the Spitfire and comments you made earlier, so, you know, that's why we're giving you hell. Way too much paint, Duck. What the hell are you doing? Way too much paint, Duck. Way too much paint, Duck. What are we gonna do on tomorrow's stream? I don't know. Why are we worried about tomorrow's stream? We ain't even done with today's stream. No. 09. I started building professionally in '95, but I was still in the Marine Corps. I was just doing it on the side. You know, I obviously wasn't doing it full time. But that's when I started doing. That's when I started. Also, it's when I started my first aftermarket parts company. Was in '09. I mean, was in '95. Sorry, '95 is when I started my first aftermarket parts company. Sniper. Have a good one. All right, let me go wash my hands again. I'll be right back, and we're going to paint some track blocks. Yes, in fact, I still have a couple of my things sitting up here. At least I thought I did. Yeah. No. I still have one or two of my products sitting around here somewhere. Up on the shelf here. Is this it? Here it is. Yeah. In fact, here is one of my products. Still in the packaging. I still have all the masters and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, here is one of my actually two of the same thing, but here is two of the, and then this was another one. This was, I had about 15, 18 products out. This was a nose to do a 2-seat MiG-25. This was the nose to do, this was the nose to do that. The originals I made, and then it's obviously the canopy's vacuum formed, and these are cast in resin. I still have all the originals in the other room. Also, this is busted up. This is all tore up. But before Italeri came out with their DUKW kit, I actually had a full resin kit. This is the original of it. I actually had a full resin DUKW kit out. This is scratch built. This is the scratch built master for it. Right here. But yeah, I actually had a full resin DUKW kit out before Italeri came out with theirs. All the rest of the stuff is in the other room in the closet. But yeah, Bronto Models, like the dinosaur, was the name of my aftermarket parts company. I also had a hobby store by the same name. Was open for about 8-9 years. No, I changed when I closed that. I changed the name because of a divorce. War Duck came about because I got divorced and dropped the names and everything else. I basically just changed the name of the business. It wasn't part of the divorce, but I did it anyway just to stop any future issues, you know what I mean? So I closed one business and then opened a new one under another name. I don't have any kids. But yeah, when I tell you I've been doing this a long time, I've been doing this a long time. Good. We get the tracks on this. We can get the rest of the parts on. Yeah, you could spare me one or two. There you go. Do 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 do. Isn't this fun? The only parts left to put on that are some tools and whatnot. We got to get the tracks on, the side skirts. Then we're going to get some markings on it. And then a few little parts like the tools and whatnot. And that's should be close. Should be, like I said, this thing is about 80%. Tomorrow that white paint should be fully dry on the A10, so we should be able to start masking and getting another color painted on the A10 tomorrow. And definitely got to figure out how I'm going to do the snowflakes. Man, everybody's been winning lately. I need to turn down the winning percentage. Again, I think Veery got in and hacked into it, so y'all keep winning. One done. I'm still trying to somewhere find the time to start making like YouTube videos. I just don't have the time to dedicate to that right now. I'd really like to start doing that, but I just don't have the time. Unless I just recorded like the raw footage and somebody else edited it, you know, I don't have the time for all the editing and stuff. That makes two of us, Viri. That makes two of us. But I'll get to it one of these days, I reckon. Yeah, that's the stuff I don't understand. That's the stuff I don't understand either, Brian. That's the stuff, you know, I don't understand how to do. These are individual link tracks that are glued together, so they're not. I don't want them flexible. I glued them together, so they're not flexible at all. They could have been workable, but I didn't want them workable. Um, yeah, these were individual link tracks that I put together. And again, I glued them together to maintain the shape. I don't want them flexible, basically. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind, Doomer. If you're willing to help. Obviously, I can't pay you that much. But you know how to do all that kind of stuff, Doomer? Of course you do. You're young. Of course you know how to use all this computer fancy shit. Yeah, I have it fit. This part right here is what goes around the sprocket. I have one more link to put in to connect it together. This part right here goes around the idler. Do you know how to do animations, Doomer? Do you know how to do like little animations? Like for an intro, you know, like an intro segment? You love the community, even though I've been giving you hell today? And obviously, if I have you do it, you'll get credit in the video for doing it, obviously. Alright, those tracks will dry, then we'll put them on. Okay, I got you, Doomer. Honestly, it probably won't be till I get a bunch of this stuff caught up. I got about 10, 12 more things to get finished.